Welcome to 40 Dubb, the podcast that brings the stories of an unforgettable era back to life. From the neighborhoods of Lansing to the halls and locker rooms of Sexton High School, this is where athletes, classmates, teachers, and community voices come together to remember the moments that shaped us. Every episode, we revisit the culture, the competition, and the friendships that defined growing up in Lansing during the late 70s and 80s. Hosted by Matt McKinnon and Ken Barnes, with executive producer and creative director Stephen Burnett. This is 40 Dubb, Stories from the Era. Welcome to another episode of the 40 Dubb Podcast. Matt McKinnon and Ken Barnes coming at you with another exciting guest. Brother Matt, you're looking good tonight. How you feeling?
Feeling better every single day.
Awesome. Hey, before we start, we really sincerely want to thank everyone who supported this podcast. Your encouragement, listens, likes, shares, follows, and feedback mean more to us than you ever know. The responses that we've received have shown us that these conversations are not just telling a story. We're preserving an era, and knowing that our podcast is reliving those memories motivates us to bringing you meaningful content. Thank you for being part of this journey. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to continue this growth and share the stories with you. Well, everyone, buckle up. We got a great episode for you tonight. Our next guest at Sexton was in Helping Hands, prom committee, cheerleading, varsity club, and she was the fall homecoming queen. That queen is now manager of investigations at W.K. Kellogg Company and brings over 20 years of experience in employee relations and workplace investigation. She attended CMU on an academic scholarship, building her career in HR and labor relations. Matt, I got to ask you, is there more to say about this woman?
We put it together. We put it together. Tonight's guest, believe what you saw, because after the Dubbs, she was a Chippewa. Oh, labor relations for the MCO, 20 plus years in the making. Now works for Tony the Tiger. Make sure folks aren't faking. She's lean, not mean, keeping it clean. Our fall homecoming queen. Not saying a treaty, but here is sweetie, my pleasure tonight to welcome Cherelyn Williams-Dunlap.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I am so happy to be here.
Awesome. We're excited to have you here. But first, before we start our interview, we'd like the 40 Dubb Podcast. We want to honor a classmate that's no longer with us, Maurice Brandon. Maurice Brandon passed away on June 23rd, 2021. Maurice's daughters were the absolute joy of his life. He was a proud girl dad who was very involved in their lives, actively attending events and activities that they participated in. He would cheer them on at their competitions and attended daddy-daughter dances. He loved and adored them so much. To know Maurice was to love him. He was fondly known as Reese, and he was so much fun to be around. His smile could light up a room. Maurice attended Lansing schools, graduated from Sexton in 1986. He was a track star, receiving numerous awards and homecoming king, not queen. His football skills earned him a full football scholarship at CMU. In 2016, he was inducted in the J.W. Sexton Sports Hall of Fame. Sports Hall of Fame. Maurice played youth football for the well-known Taylor Steelers, where he met his soon-to-be stepfather, James Taylor, and Uncle Tom Taylor. These experiences prepared him for high school sports and helped him make lifelong friends. Sweetie, everybody loves Reese. Can you slide in some stories, something funny about him that you remember?
We actually went to college together as well. So after high school, we went to CMU together. And so I would see him. He played football. And so I was always going over to the dorm where the football players were eating. And so I would run into him. And he's always like, "Oh, what are you doing over here?" kind of thing. But a great times hanging out with him at Central.
Yeah, awesome. Did you ever hear the story of what Mark Stiles said to him the night that he was crowned king?
No.
So we're in the blockhouse, and Mark knew that Maurice was going to win, but he went over to him, sat next to him, and he's like, "Hey, you gave it a good shot, but I got most of the votes, so I'm going to be homecoming king." And he said it was about the one time Maurice quit smiling, looked at him, and went, "What?" And then Mark goes, "I'm just kidding." I didn't know if you ever heard that story or not.
No, I have not.
No, it was a great
big
story.
one. That was a joke. He loved it.
Oh yeah, he loved it. So, sweetie, I didn't know you actually had another name. I didn't know your name was Cherelyn until like your senior year of high school. I swear to God. somebody said
Nobody
something
knows.
about Cherelyn, and I'm like, Who's Cherelyn? What do you mean Cherelyn? I'm like, I don't know, sweetie. I'm like, I didn't know. How'd you get that nickname?
So when I was born, my grandmother looked at me and it was actually Sweetie Pie. And so she looked at me and said, she looks like a sweetie pie. And that's how I got the name. They called me Sweetie Pie forever when I was little. And somewhere along the way in school, I dropped pie and became Sweetie, but that's where it came from.
Nice.
That is nice. That is cool. Yeah, like I said, everyone called you sweetie. Did teachers call you sweetie or did they call you Cherelyn?
They called me Cherelyn.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Matt, do you know her middle name?
What's that?
Do you know Sweetie's middle name?
No, I didn't have. Oh, I don't have that sheet with me.
You don't have it? Well,
You do.
I do. I just don't want to
Oh, you know my
mispronounce it.
middle name.
Man, bust that
We
thing out, man.
we
Forget
we
this.
got
Let's
people.
go.
We got
Bust it
people.
up.
So, how do you pronounce it? And do you know how you got your middle name?
It's Amaris, and I don't know where it came from. I know my mom's name was Carolyn, and she wanted to name me something close to her, so that's how I end up with Cherelyn. And then
Mhm.
the middle name, I think she may have found in a baby book. She didn't have a middle name, but wanted me to have one, and so I'm Cherelyn Amaris.
Yeah. Well, I looked
Nice.
up what Amaris meant, and I think it's fitting. Promised by God. I think it fits. I really do. I really do.
To a T.
It
Nothing.
is. Speaking of your parents, where are your parents from? I guess how did they meet? And were they from Lansing, or did you guys move here? What's that story?
So my grandparents are from Durham, North Carolina. And, when everybody migrated to the north to work for the car manufacturers, my grandfather came to
Mhm,
Lansing to work for General Motors. And
mhm,
so my mom and my aunt, they were little at that time. So that's how they got here. And then my father's parents from the South as well. But my mom and my dad met at in high school.
mhm.
And so that's how they met.
They go to Sec
They
Did
went
they
to
go to Sexton?
Sexton.
Awesome.
Yep.
Oh, you
Ooh,
a
Yep.
legacy.
you
Yep.
legacy, exactly.
Nice.
What schools did you go
Yes.
to before coming to Sexton?
My goodness. So I don't know if you all were impacted by this, but back when I started school, I think they were trying to integrate the schools. And so they were taking kids, busing them to different parts of the city, even though there were elementary schools. There was Verlinden over on the west side. I grew up on the west side. But I got bused. Kindergarten, first and second grade, I went to Fairview, which is out going towards East Lansing, like right on the
Mhm,
border there. And then third and fourth grade, I went to Everett Elementary.
mhm,
And then fifth and sixth grade, I went to Riddle Elementary. And then seventh grade, I went to Gardner. And then eighth grade, I went to Dwight Ridge and then on to Sexton. And so because we got bussed around so many times, I have friends. There's some people who think that I'm part of Everett's graduating class. They have a Facebook page for their 40th class reunion. And because I went to school with some of the kids from like the third grade up to the seventh grade, for whatever reason, they think that I'm part of that class and I'm included on some of that stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
They can't have you. Sorry.
No,
They can't
no,
have you.
Yeah.
I'm forever a big red. West
Yeah.
side
There
big.
you go.
Matt, you wanna roll on one? I got few in the chamber. I'm ready to go.
Well, go okay.
Oh,
Yep. I just want to make a comment on what Sweetie said. You know what? I like Lansing so much. I'm gonna try every single school we got. That's what that sounded like. You know? Dang. So I'm curious. I know you spent a little time with Kellogg before. How do you feel like working for the Tiger, old
I
Tony the
love it.
Tiger?
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Yes. Yes.
Now is that based in Battle Creek or is that from home kind of deal or on the
It's
road?
based in Battle Creek. Yeah, it's based in Battle Creek, but I work from home. I try to go in once a week. Sometimes I don't make it in, but yeah, I like having a little bit of communication with other people in real time as opposed to online. And so I like going in. I like getting dressed up and going to work. So yeah.
Nice,
awesome,
nice.
awesome.
And then your time spent with the MCO, where were you and tell me a little bit about more about that labor
Yeah.
relations.
Okay. Okay. So MCO is actually a labor union that represented the corrections officers that work for the state of Michigan. And so when I initially went to school, I went to school and studied sociology, and I wanted to be a social worker because I saw things growing up where I thought I wanted to be able to change people, or I thought I could fix people, right? And so graduated, and initially I got a job doing social work, and I did that for about 3 or 4 years, and I didn't like it. I work with kids that were at risk of being taken out of their homes. And that was bad enough. But then I had the parents who wanted the kids diagnosed with certain mental illnesses because then that allows them to collect a disability check, which
Mhm.
uh, that's so disheartening, but it bothered me. I didn't like that. So fell into this job at MCO. By happenstance, I fell into this job. And some people taught me labor relations. There were a couple, three attorneys there that taught me labor relations. And so that's how I got into that space. So I did that for about 20 years. And that allowed me to raise my kids, but be present where I didn't miss anything, whether it was football, dance recitals, whatever it was, I was there. But I always had this dream to go work in corporate America somewhere. And so after 20 years, I was able to pivot, and I went to AAA as an employee relations specialist. So that's the flip side of labor relations. Labor relations supports your labor workforce, and then employee relations covers everything. I do a little bit of labor relations, I do employee relations as well, but it's more impacting the culture of the workplace. So, but did that, pivoted. And so that's how I ended up going to Kellogg Company as an employee relations specialist, and then now as an investigations manager. So while I have a HR role, I sit in legal and compliance. And so I feel like even though I'm not doing social work in the traditional way, I still feel like I'm
Mhm.
doing social work though, because I am able to impact the workplace. I am able to make a difference, and I can help people. HR or investigation doesn't always mean it's something bad. It could be that there's something happening to somebody. And if I can put a stop to it, if I can make a difference, and that's what I do.
Awesome.
What's your favorite Kellogg cereal?
Frosted Flakes is the best
Mm.
midnight snack ever.
Growing up in Lansing and Sexton, I we can talk all night about kind of the special class we had at Sexton, the togetherness. Even though we were large teams, really small. Were there certain teachers, certain people that really, I guess, influenced you and gave you some lifelong lessons that you kind of carry on now?
Not high school, elementary school. I had a teacher named Mrs. Venya, and this was at Fairview. My mom
Mhm.
passed away when I was 7, and so Mrs. Venya was my teacher at the time that my mom passed away, and so
Mhm.
she just, was so supporting and so loving towards me,
Uh-huh.
and just never forgot her for that. And it's funny, full circle, my niece went to Fairview, not by busing, but at that time, I think it was school of choice, but she went to
Mhm.
Fairview. I didn't know who her teachers were or anything, but when she graduated, I went to her open house, and she had invited some of her teachers, and in walks Mrs. Venya. And I walk up to her. I remember what she looked like. I walk up to her and I tell her my name. I didn't have to tell her anything else. She grabs me, she hugs me, and she's like, I remember you, just all that. And, she got to see my kids and stuff. And so she's like, I'm proud of you. I'm so happy for you. But yeah, that was great. And then my other teacher that I really, really loved was Mrs. Clement at Dwight Ridge. She was an English teacher,
Yeah.
but spent a lot of time with me and Monica. That's how I met Monica. We had Mrs. Clement for English class.
Mhm.
But yeah, she just like poured into us, and I like that she was supportive. And even when we graduated our senior year, there was a senior salute. Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority had a senior salute for graduating seniors. And Mrs. Clement was part of that sorority. And so she made sure that I was there and was recognized as one of the graduating seniors. And I'm sure Monica was there. And of course, Monica was like straight A anyway. But I'm sure that she made sure that she was there as well, and along with some of our other friends.
Yeah. Speaking of Monica, obviously you 2 were cheerleaders.
Mm.
Back at that time, I thought Sexton had a very unique, cheerleading group. I mean, we had males, Laverne Anderson was brought in. What was that like? Because it was very unique. And I guess who was kind of the leader of that group of the cheerleaders, if you had one, and who was the funniest? I threw a few questions at you.
So during that time, we were unique because nobody else had the male cheerleaders or any of that, or doing all the stunts and things that we did. So
Right.
that, I enjoyed. That was great. Me personally, I didn't like when they like take you and throw you up in there and flip you around and all that stuff. That was scary to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know if there was a leader. I will say the funniest was probably Scotty Scott, though. He was probably
Yeah.
the funniest. But a leader, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys traveled quite a bit, didn't you, for cheerleading?
I just remember I remember cheering at the we used to go to a competition at the Pontiac Silverdome. And
Mhm.
there were cheerleading teams from all over the place, and we competed in that. I remember that. I can't remember very much more about traveling. And I don't know if you guys knew this, but I cheered from 8th grade to 11th grade. I didn't cheer our senior year.
You
Did
didn't?
you know that?
No.
Mm-mm.
I did.
I
I
didn't
did know that.
cheer
I knew.
senior year.
You knew that? Well,
So
you're smart.
I'll share my stories because maybe
Yes.
this, I don't know if some kid or whatever might see this, but I was a poor sport. When we cheered, I was a poor sport. And I always cheer basketball season. And so I would get mad because we weren't winning. When we weren't winning, I would get mad. Whatever I'm feeling, you can see it on my face. And so
Mhm.
my face wasn't right. I'm stomping, not cheering, not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And Laverne would have to send somebody out on the sidelines to get me to sit me down and kind of like a timeout, right? And
Yeah.
so to my demise, then when I tried out for senior year, I got cut. And so I share that story with you because if there's somebody else that's watching this, a kid or something, what you do and your attitude is everything. And so if your attitude's not right, you can be great at what you do, but if your attitude's not right, it doesn't matter. And so if I could share with anybody, it would be make sure that when you're in something, you give it your all and you don't do like I did. It's funny now, but back then I was devastated.
Yeah, that's a great life lesson right there.
It is. Speaking
Mm.
of that, I know that you have kids. Have you shared that story with them at all?
You have
I
now.
don't know that not I don't know that quite like that, but they know that I got cut my senior year. And of course, that's the joke to them.
But I'm sure you
All
shared
the bad
some.
things that happen to me, they tend to turn it around and try to use it against me.
They do. Mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they know you're the queen, right? You're the queen following over the court?
They should know, but, I don't know that that matters to them.
It
To
should
to
No,
matter.
them,
It should matter.
it should matter. So, where are you living right now? Where are you
I
calling
am
home?
I'm in Holt.
Are you still
When
in
I
Holt?
once I graduated from Central, I came back, to Lansing and then moved to Holt. I've been here in Holt for 26 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because you lived over by Washington Woods, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
Because I used to see you at Washington Woods.
Yeah, yeah, when our kids went there. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I remember one time I saw you in the hallway, I said, "Hey, sweetie," and people were looking at me like, "Why are you
Like,
calling
why
her
are you talking to
sweetie?"
her like that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, because that's your name. That's awesome.
That's right.
But, yeah, I live around the corner from Mark Stiles and Tracy Jones, and
Uh-huh.
Lisa Souten's not with us anymore, but she lived around the
Right.
corner from me as well.
Yep. And Tim Damon, yeah. Steve
Yeah.
Tabor used to live in there also for a little while. So you get to work from home. Do you like that? Or
I do, except for,
okay.
like, I like being around people a little bit, and so that's the
Right.
part that I don't like, but I do because I'm more productive when I go into the office, flittering around, talking to all my friends there, and we've got this open floor concept. And it doesn't matter whether you have a confidential job or not, it's open floor concept. And so, there's two other people sitting right next to you. There's no cubicles or anything. And so I'm turning next to the person next to me and I'm talking. I get no work done and very non-productive. And so being at home, I get more done.
Yeah, yeah, like it. When you look back at, I guess, Lansing and the times that we had, was there, I guess, what was your most memorable event or time at Sexton? We'll go with that, and we'll start with then we'll go to Lansing. There's
My
something that
most
really
For me, it was being homecoming queen. That was the most memorable thing for me
Mhm,
because who would have thought? I never would have thought that I would have
yeah,
been nominated, much less win. And so, yeah, that was a highlight for me.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was too bad that the, football players couldn't be part of that. That would've been kinda cool. Who walked you out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sam McLean and I were paired together.
You were paired together?
Hold
Yep.
up. Let
I
me
was
find a
paired together
picture.
with Sam McLean. And then I think when I won and Maurice won, I think I took pictures with Maurice's dad, if I remember
Uh-huh.
correctly.
Mhm. Now before Sexton, he's looking something up, it's gonna be great. Did you do any cheerleading, for any of the Pop Warner teams?
I did not.
You didn't?
I didn't.
You
No.
got it?
What do you got there?
Is that right?
Aw.
You still have that crown?
No.
No?
I think they
Uh,
took it back. They took it back. You didn't get
what?
to keep it.
They
Yeah,
took it
you did.
back?
That's terrible.
Yeah, they took it
My
back.
gosh.
That's what you get going public school, right?
We had to keep reusing it every year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What was, what was, I guess, one of your favorite times in Lansing? With, spending it either with friends, family, or at a park or at Olympic Broil or somewhere, I don't know. What's
Oh
like some time you
gosh.
look back and go, "Man, I miss those times."
Okay, so we used to go out to lunch every day with Jenny Rice, and Jenny had this great big Cadillac. We all would pile in it and go to Burger King or wherever for lunch, and we I think it'd be like 5 or 6 kids in that car, but, that was fun. I wanna say his name is EJ. I can't remember his last name, but he drove a station wagon, and many times he would be in front of us at the stoplight right there where you turn on the Saginaw Street in front of, the Kentucky Fried Chicken right there,
Mhm.
and he would jump out of his car, run to the back, and moon us.
EJ Pasteur?
That's who that was.
Yes.
That's who that was.
Yep, I gotta remember that. Imma see him in a month. Or no, I'm gonna see him next week.
Write it down.
I gotta
Write it
remember.
down.
I'll have to bring that up if he'll admit to doing that.
Well, I put it out there.
Well, he's gonna know now. Man,
And so will
And one
America.
other, I think something else that was exciting, Prince and Vanity Six came to Lansing, came to
ooh,
MSU Auditorium, and I was able to go to that in some capacity for school because I remember we had to take pictures and stuff of the show, but I got to go to that. So that was like a highlight for me as well.
Hmm.
ooh. Do you have a Prince tattoo because of it?
No, I leave that to your girl Monica with her henna tattoo.
I got her on that one. She didn't even know.
No. That's a good one. Matt, you
Hmm.
wanna roll on one? I got a couple.
Who'd you have as holding her senior year? You remember?
I
Mm.
want to say it was, I can't think of his name, but it was an American government teacher. He had the
Ooh.
class all the way in the corner that was probably on top of the library, but I can't think of his name.
Mm.
I don't know.
I had Coach Myers, so
Yeah,
that
Coach
was
Myers.
yeah, for British Lit.
Was there a Mr. Man?
Yep,
Yeah,
Does that,
yeah. Yeah, there was a Mr.
maybe that was his name.
Mm.
that sounds about right.
Who's you who who was your, who'd you share or not share, who was next to you locker-wise? Was it somebody you knew?
I think we moved our lockers to where we wanted them to be. And so I remember me, Dion Davis, Monica, Dawn Ansari. I think we all had lockers right there around each other.
Yeah. Speaking of that crew, you still keep up with them? I know
Uh,
Monica. You and Monica do.
Yep, I keep up with Monica, Dion, Carla Allen. Then, of course, we got Kim Hediger, Julie O'Donnell, Deb Wagner, Cherelyn Tolman. I'm probably using not married names, but
That's fine.
is that it? I think that's it. I have a lot of friends that we went to school with where I might not necessarily keep in contact with them like that, but when we see each other, it's like no time has passed. Everything is the same. Like Charlotte House is like that. She and I probably been friends since about 8th grade, and I might not see her but once a year, once every couple years, but it's like we never miss a beat. I feel the same way about like Lillian, excuse me, Lillian Glover
Hmm.
every year. And we've been going to school together since we were in elementary school. So every year there's certain people that I just remember their birthday. So Lillian, Clayton Merchant, Tracy Jones, and myself, we all grew up together. And so I just remember their birthdays every March 17th. I'll wake up and say, oh, it's Clayton's birthday today, or June 21st is Lillian's birthday, or Carla's birthday on June 26th. Yeah. So try to keep up with friends.
I'm glad you mentioned that about that connection where even though we don't see each other or haven't seen each other in a year, 5 years, whatever, we can see each other and we're picking up just like we were in high school. And
Mhm.
I haven't experienced that anywhere. I mean, there's certain, certain people in different jobs and stuff, but something about Sexton, and the people in our class, it's like that. And, we're just like, "Hey, man, how you been?" And it's just we're back to high school again. Is there something, I guess, besides that I don't know, that really touches you about the time we had at
I
Sexton?
just like that I think we all just kind of stuck together. It wasn't like division. We weren't trying to be divided or whatever. I felt like it was like one great big melting pot. And it didn't matter what you looked like or where you came from. We could get together, go to games, go to lunch, whatever it was that we were doing, go to
Mhm,
parties. And we just had a good time. It was a time where we didn't worry about any of the stuff that we worry about now or that I
mhm.
even worry about with my kids, even though they're adults. We just had that carefree time, I think. We had a ball. I think I had a wonderful childhood.
Yeah. Matt and I have talked about it and other guests, the impact of Dr. Carnegie and the type of principal he was. I'm sure you probably had some interaction with him in a good way, but, no,
Some of us not
you're
so
on
Well,
the good
I
much.
side.
kind of got in trouble one day. I don't know. I don't know
What?
why.
What?
Oh, you better
What?
talk about that. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So you know how after school, what's the little round area where, like,
Rotunda?
when you what did you call it?
Rotunda, the Rotunda area?
Yeah, but after school, sometimes people would be hanging out there, and I think I had cheerleading practice or something, but Dr. Carnegie was trying to get everybody cleared out. And he's no nonsense. And he's telling everybody, keep it moving, move along. And he's trying to put me out. And I'm saying, well, I'm trying to go to practice or whatever. And he's like, young lady, don't be disrespectful. You need to go out this door. And I'm like, okay. And I'm saying something back to him. I wasn't being disrespectful, but I'm trying to get him to understand. And he's like, I need you to hit the door. I said, okay, I'm gonna hit the door and I'm gonna go around the side and go in that way. Yeah, that was my experience with them.
That wasn't trouble. That was just,
Oh, that was just
Oh,
tough love.
I wasn't used to that.
Matt,
Hmm.
what do you think? What do you think, Matt?
Is it time?
I
Load her up. She's ready to go. She's feeling all comfy
think she
now.
is.
Oh, what you
She's
gonna do
ready
to
for the
me,
fast 15, huh?
Lord?
I think she's ready.
There's no right or wrong answer, sweetie. You just have to say with what you know.
Yep.
Are you ready to go?
Wait.
Lock on.
We try, but you put the hat on.
Come on, it's
You're
all
getting-
business
you're getting
now.
fired up
The
now.
hat on.
You got this.
Boy.
He's about ready to
Hey,
put out the
I'm
fire.
ready
Are you
to
ready?
burn me.
Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay,
Alrighty.
come on. Here we go. There's no clock. Just say with what you got. Halloween or Christmas?
Christmas
Presents on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day?
Eve and Christmas Day.
Both.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm.
I never had presents like that. All right.
I have to do both. You got different families, so you do it all.
That's,
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
No.
Who wins in a fight, Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees?
What'd you say?
Who wins in a fight, Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees?
I'm going to say Jason.
What's the best decade? The 80s, the 90s, or the 2000s?
The 80s, of course.
Of course. How you feel about the new logo? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
The new Sexton logo?
Mhm.
Yeah. From the Indian to the dog.
Yeah, that's a thumbs down for me.
With that. Quality dairy, milk in a bag. Remember? You remember
Yes,
that?
I do.
Nice.
Yes.
You ever solve the Rubik's Cube?
I don't think so. I think I got close, but I don't think so.
I'm with you there. Did you ever request a song and wait for it to come on the radio and then tape it?
Yes.
We all have.
Many songs.
That's right. Thriller or Purple Rain?
Thriller, because I always wanted to learn the moves to the video.
I want to see that.
I like
at the
Purple Rain
reunion.
too, but Thriller.
Now you got like 2 weeks to learn it. We're gonna have something at the reunion for that.
Okay.
Let's see. Did you participate in the egg drop contest?
I did not.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. Favorite sports film?
My favorite sports film?
Mhm.
You know, I really love this movie called Love and Basketball. Love it, love it.
You know what? My daughter has that tattoo of that insignia with the basketball on the heart.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, she's big loving basketball. Okay, here we go. McDonald's, Burger King, Burger Chef, or Olympic Broil?
Olympic Broil.
What is your favorite song from the 80s?
My favorite song from the 80s? Janet Jackson's Control album. The whole thing. I like it all.
Can you sing some or no?
Ooh. You don't want me to sing.
Okay. You don't got to.
Okay.
Sometimes, I mean, what does CATA stand for?
Capital Area Transit Authority.
Got it?
Very good.
What in your mind is the number one landmark in the Lansing area?
I don't know. Sexton.
There you go.
Good one.
All right, 2 more. You ready?
All right.
If you could trade places with anyone, who would it be and why?
Okay, I couldn't trade places with just one person. It had to be a combination. So
Okay.
Michelle Obama, and because I think that I like the way that she uplifts. I like the way that she's Grace under fire. And of course, I want her educational pedigree. The fun side of me, I'm not saying that she's not fun, but the fun side of me, in my next life, I want to be a singer. So it would have to be Janet Jackson and Beyonce with the dance moves along with it. So I want to be this sassy, smart, graceful lady that can be singing and dancing and doing her thing. That would be my person.
Nice.
Beautiful. I love it. All right, last question. If you could invite 3 people to dinner, living or dead, who would they be?
Oh, that's easy. Be my mom, and my mom's parents, all deceased, and I would love to sit down with them.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Sweetie, you have just completed the Fast 15.
Yes.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Follow up to the Fast 15. What
here
would
we
you
go.
eat? What would you eat at that meal? Was there a favorite?
Lobster.
Lots. Can I come?
So, sweetie, is there a story, something funny, something serious, something maybe people don't know about you that would be amazed that very few people know, but you're willing to share here?
Oh, I have one. So I think
Well,
his name was Mr. Rentschler. He was like
Yep.
Chemistry.
he was a chemistry teacher. And we get in there and do
Welcome.
all these different kind of experiments. So one day I decided I was gonna put on some glue on, press on nails or whatever, and go to school. And so I get in there doing these experiments and it's like something smells like it's on fire. What is that? I look down and the nail is like black. It's torch. It was on fire.
That's
What?
awesome. Dang.
Were they those leaf press on nails?
Something like that.
Stuff like that?
That's the
Did
only
you give
kind
it
they
spec-
made, wasn't it? Back in the day.
Yeah. Hey, did you hang out at the Lansing Mall? No.
No, I like the Meridian Mall.
Oh,
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
we would catch the bus and go to the Meridian Mall before we knew how to
All
drive.
right. All right. Well, sweetie, that was a great time. It went fast. We could spend hours doing this, but at some point we got to wrap it up. But hey, that was another 40 Dubb podcast. It's in the books, and we want to thank you, sweetie, Cherelyn Williams, for appearing on the 40 Dubb Podcast. Everyone, be sure to like, follow, subscribe to the 40 Dubb Podcast on Facebook, Spotify, and YouTube. On behalf of Matt McKinnon, myself, Ken Barnes, and executive producer and creative director Stephen Burnett, this is 40 Dubb.
Stories from the era. Thanks, everybody. All right.
All right.
Thanks so
Nice
much.
seeing
And
you.
Matt, I do want to
Hey.
say, Matt, it is so good to see you. I know that you were having some health challenges, so I'm happy
Thank you.
that you're doing better. You look good, and
Trying.
yes.
I lost a couple pounds, but I don't recommend the weight loss program. You know what I'm saying? It was not good. Not good. Thank you.
This is 40 Dubb, Stories from the Era.